head into a game against Concordia Selma. Talk a little bit about what you see from them and how your team kind of used the bye week to get preparation, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, really, we haven't seen a lot of Concordia. We actually just got the tape today, but at the same time, we worked on a lot of things that have hunted us over the past 5 weeks, and tried to make sure we cure some of those mistakes that we made over the last few weeks, and today we're getting heavy into Concordia.
And we'll open it up for questions for head coach Doug Williams from Grand Lake State.
Hello?
Coach, with the bye week, obviously the quarterback issue seems to be a question we ask every week. How have your quarterbacks kind of taken that extra time?
Well, it has been an issue for us because we know we're playing with 2 young guys, and at this point, when you ask the young guys to take it on their shoulders and not getting the time that they need from a pass blocking standpoint and not really having a running game earlier, the last 2 weeks we found that running game. And the thing about it, we've had opportunities to win every game that we've lost in the last 3 weeks, except for the fourth quarter shows up. And we can make it 3 quarters, we'll be all right. And those things we talked about and worked on is being able to finish in the fourth quarter to give us an opportunity to win the game.
How's DJ's health? I know you said last week or 2 weeks ago he wouldn't have even been able to go. Is he healthy now with the week off?
Oh, he's a lot better than what he was. This week, Saturday he practiced well. He was able to move around a lot better than he had been moving around. So we're further along now, so it makes you feel good. At least, we got 2 guys that are healthy, which a couple weeks ago, we just had Frank was the only one that would have been healthy enough to play. And we got past that. Now we feel a lot better about that situation.
Obviously, you think of Grambling and you don't really associate 4-game losing streaks with that team or the tradition there. Is that hanging on the guys a little bit? Is there a sense of urgency a little bit to kind of get that monkey off the back, if you will, Saturday?
No, I don't want to say a sense of urgency. I think a win would do us some good. I think as coaches, we meet every day, and the players, I got to take my hat off to them. They have not let up as far as how hard they practice and how much they want it. I think we all know, you got football players, but then you need playmakers and you need instinctive football players. And some of the things that we would have loved to have had, we have not had, and we got to find a way to get that. We got a couple guys that have stepped up, and Dorrance Roberts at the running back and Mario Lewis as the wide receiver. Those 2 guys is kind of like taking the bull by the horn, and we need a few more guys like that to step up.
And we just talked about it with Coach Coleman, but certainly this is a year on the Western Division that a three-loss team could come out of there. Certainly you're not dead in those races with 3 of your 4 Western Division games remaining. Do you talk about that with your team, or are you just talking about Concordia?
Well, at this stage, the way we've been playing, we can't look that far. We got to leave that old crystal ball alone. And we got to take care of what we have to take care of this week. And that is Concordia. And everything else, we'll let the chips fall where they may. Now, we certainly don't have no white flag here either. And, we know who all we got to play. And we know there's still possibility. But we can't get caught up in talking about possibilities when we hadn't taken care of some of the things that we could have taken care of early. So we got to take it one day at a time.
Have you seen any kind of thing on Concordia? They played Jackson State obviously earlier, and they've got Alcorn State coming up. Any kind of scouting report on what they do?
Yeah, they do some things. They got a little funky defense. They run, but the linebackers and the nose tackle both standing up behind each other, and we don't know where they're gonna come from. I know they got L.C. Cole, I think, is coaching over there, and he's always been a good defensive coach. And we don't know sometimes who the players are. They change numbers on us sometimes, so there's a lot of things you don't know and you don't know what to expect. But I'm sure, once they get the tape from us, which they should have, they're gonna look at what everybody else been doing to us and look at it from that standpoint.
Has Dorrance Roberts secured the feature back spot yet?
As of right now, it's his to lose. He can give it away if he wants to, but right now it's his.
Obviously, he's kind of emerged as a pretty good find for you.
Oh, 360 some yards in 2 weeks. To me, I think in itself will let you know that I want this job, and he's proved that he deserves it at this point.
Is it good for your team to get back home here for 2 weeks?
You know what? It's a great feeling, I think, to be able to come out your own dressing room for a game. And, those are not excuses because everybody else traveling too, like the Dallas and Shreveport. But to be at your own home in front of your own crowd, and, it's a little more relaxed, I think. And I think that in itself would help us a little.
Defensively, Cliff Exama, has he been dinged up a little bit?
Who's this?
Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff been dinged up a little bit, but our defense had played an awful lot of plays because our offense had not been as complimentary to them as we would like to, and therefore, I think that has a lot to do with some of the fourth quarter collapse. Because they play so many plays. But Cliff has been beat up a little bit, and anytime you ask a guy to play that many plays, there's always going to be that possibility.
What about Savage?
Savage the same way. Savage, every week, Savage limping with Achilles or ham or something. But like I said, in peer review down in Dallas, I thought the defense played exceptionally well in the first half, and because they was on the field a lot more than we would like to, they kind of got tired down the stretch.